where we'll be discussing the very interesting topic, the rate of nudity on social media. Some people go around showing their skin to a certain end because they want to achieve something, but others don't agree with that. I'm Deji Mercury. You're welcome one more time to Offscript. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. I have a very, very wonderful guest in the house today, and we'll be discussing this topic and just dissecting it together and just, going along those lines. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome to the show. I know that you're wondering where I'm going to. What am I trying to say? What is this guy up to? Talking about nudity and showing of skin and all that. What is your take on people who show their skin? Some people call it overexposure. You're showing cleavages because you want to sell market, because you want to sell cream, or because you want to get to something. What is your thought? What are your thoughts?
Deji, for me, everybody is responsible for their action. And everybody has their space, and you have a right to what you want to view in whoever space you find yourself. So, how much is too much?
I was going to get
It's
to that.
dependent on who you are, what purpose you're doing that for, and where you're doing it. What channel, what medium are you pushing that out? So for me, I think nudity is depends on your perspective.
Okay.
And,
so you can follow your mind, do what your heart tells you.
Absolutely.
Many people will disagree with that. Well, we're going to watch a very short video of what events are beginning to look like, what people look like at events these days, especially women. I mean, the men also have their sides to this. You have male strippers these days and all the works. We'd just love to go on a short break. When we get back, we'll continue. But yes, my guests are in the building, and I'm excited to have my friends, my buddies, and my ogas at the top. Thank you so much for joining us right here. We have Oserome, right? Did I get that? Oserona. Oserona Okeniyi. Thank you so much. She's a co-founder, Smiling Tongues. I'm correct?
Smiling Tongues.
Smiling Tongue.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we have many tongues smiling?
There are many tongues smiling, so long as you are with us,
As
your
long
tongue
as
will
there's a
smile.
smile and there's a tongue.
Exactly.
Happy.
Wallahi.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we have Mr. Oladipo Okeniyi as well, who is an integrated marketing consultant. I like it when I say that. Integrated marketing consultant.
Sounds like very serious.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of money. Sounds like you're commanding
wealth.
You're commanding. Thank you. You're commanding wealth, and you're doing great things. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks
for being on the show as well, discussing nudity rates on social media. Yes, you rolled your eyes. I think it's important that we discuss things like this because some people get overwhelmed with what they see on social media, and in trying to protect the younger ones, because I don't know what the protection level is, but anyone can just open your social media, open your Instagram, go on it and see all these chests,
all sorts,
flying around and all that. I would love to ask you, Ose, what do you think about you own your body, right?
Yes.
So what right do people have to tell you not to show what you want to show?
Okay.
If you own your body, what right do people have to tell you, you know what, it's your body, but you can't show us, boobs, you can't show us your behind, you can't show us all that. What right do people have to tell you about your own body?
Okay, now, I'll take it from this point.
Okay.
You own your body.
Okay.
In quotes, everybody in life believes in something. And for those that say they do not believe in something, I do not believe that, because I believe at a point in time, such a person believed in something that made that thing break.
Okay.
Now, going back to the question, showing your body or saying it's your body, you can flaunt it or whatever, it's a matter of orientation.
Okay.
What's your mindset on? What have you surrounded yourself with? So now, if you're coming from the Christian angle, Christian by saying believer, because now there's Christian, there's believer.
Praise the Lord.
So if you're coming from that angle, your body is not yours. And the Bible says, whatever you're doing, do in decency. Now, if you're now, in that case, you feel that it's your body. You can do whatever you want with it, but is it actually yours?
I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, coming from that angle, what if you are not Christian? What if you are from the Oyas?
I would like to take it from the perspective that it's not about Christianity, Islam.
No, not at all.
It's not about religion. Religion is a way of life. And if we actually want to go back into, those days of the religion, we know what it was like. Roman Empire and co.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
but the actual sense is whatever you do in your space. I have not come to your space to do that.
I like that.
So I have a right.
True.
And you have no right to tell me this is what I should do in my space.
That is your own page, your social media page.
Why have you come to my space?
To view.
If you did not have
for
something you were looking for. So don't be an hypocrite. You liked what you came to see, and then you go behind and say, oh, this, no.
Great. I like the fact that you mentioned the Roman Empire, and that brings me back to history, where we see also that in some of our culture as well, if you check way back, they were opening their bodies when we're doing things. They were not, the white people came to Africa and they told us, you know what, you guys are opening your body, cover your body now. And then these days, we are beginning to see them, they're telling us, you're wearing too much clothes.
Expose it.
Now, open up your body. But that brings me back to culture to say that, do you think these things are recent? You think it's just happening, or it's been happening before, or it's always been there? So should we say nothing is new?
Life is a circle. And a circle is repetitive. So it keeps going and going.
So it's been there before.
It's been there. It's just
the difference is just the social media.
Exactly. It's just reinventing itself. Like I said, just like he said, he used the Roman Empire. I came from the Christian angle. Whatever you do in this life is based upon a premise. Something prompts you to do something because of what you believe. So if you do not believe in God, if you do not believe in any supreme being, or you do not have anybody telling you what to do, yes, why not? It's your body. You can do what you want. As he said, it's your space.
So do you agree with him saying that it's your space? You can do whatever you. So if someone has an Instagram page, for example, and they decide to go all out nude on that page, is that all right to do? Are you okay to just flaunt whatever you want to flaunt, as long as you're on your page? Do you agree with that? He's not in
should I take from?
That's a good question.
Should I take from a personal angle, or
don't go to church? Don't go to church.
Sorry, I have to go to church because that is me. It's already interwoven, so I can't eject it. But on a plain level, it's your space. You can do whatever you want with it.
You can do whatever you like. Interesting. Now I want us to watch a video, and these things have been trending on how people attend, especially weddings, as guests. You said, you've seen things. I've also seen things, and we're going to discuss that and talk about it. It's becoming a trend. Why would you attend someone's wedding or someone's event looking a certain way? I'm not here to judge, but let's see the video, see what it looks like, and we'll talk about it when we get back. right, you're welcome back, and you just saw that video of a guest, I guess, at wedding ceremony, traditional wedding ceremony. But those, what do I call that now? I don't want to use those words, but those, you know, were too much. I don't know. What do you think about the video? And guests who come to weddings like this. So first of all, it's not even your wedding, and you're looking like this with too much of boobs out.
You know, is your perception as what is too much?
Okay, we're gonna get to that.
The level of exposure is determined by what the person wants to show.
Okay, how about what people see? And what you expose to people.
What you see is different from what you are looking at.
I like the fact that you're taking this to a philosophical angle.
Now,
what you see is
it is your choice. There were about 10 ladies there.
Okay.
Why is that the one that interested you?
Odd one out.
Because
odd one out.
Because do you have some?
Odd one out.
It's simply about how comfortable you are. You see, she was dancing, she was very comfortable, she was cool with herself.
So would you call that indecent, or is decent enough? Would you say that is decent or decent enough? Or not decent enough? Which one? Is that decent enough? If you were having a wedding, for example, and someone dressed like that. Now, I'm not even here to say whether that's good or not. It's left to both of you to battle it out between each other and our viewers out there. But would you allow someone attend your wedding ceremony like that?
I wouldn't stop you.
You can't barricade the place.
It's your space.
So that's
now,
decent
if
enough.
You bring it.
He didn't say it's decent.
So is that decent enough?
To my front.
Okay.
See, I don't want to judge. So when you tell me to say, is it decent or isn't decent, you're putting me in a box.
Okay. Well, you don't
but what I just want to point out is, even when you attend occasions, not just wedding, you know, the kind I'm very sure she would not wear that to office. That's a social gathering.
Okay.
So it is permissible at that event.
Okay.
At some other events, then it would not be decent.
Okay.
And she's in a space. She has not come to you.
Okay.
So if you go out of your way to meet her, then you have gone into her space. You have crossed the boundary.
Okay.
If you were at that event, I'm sure you will not go and tell her you have exposed too much.
I mean, we're just going to have a... I'm not going to tell her you have exposed too much.
Because it's allowed in that circle. She would have not gone for a business meeting
if it was
dressed
my
like
event,
that.
If it was my wedding, I probably would say, come on, this is a bit too, why don't you cover this?
Really?
No. If it was your wedding, you'd be very busy with your bride.
That's what I was going to say. Why would
it looks like you're with him on this one. So this is a traditional, or maybe a reception. I don't know what's going on there, but you probably have ministers, pastors there. Is that acceptable where you have the ministers of God and your imams and co seated right there? I've been at an event, emceeing an event where the level of exposure and the things I was seeing, it did not distract me. Hello? But the things I was seeing was alarming, and no one said anything. I was like, okay, it looks like it's a bit normal here. So what do you think? Is that all right if you have religious leaders sitting right there?
Now, you don't have control over it.
Okay.
She's a guest. You did not inform them that, okay, please let me know what you're going to wear to my event. All you did was put out your ashwebi. She decided to sew that. You get
someone else's event.
Someone else's event, which is her friend, and her friend already knows the way she dresses. So that kind of thing, you really do not have control over it, except it's a formal gathering.
Okay.
I know in a formal gathering, then you now say, okay, please, this is the dress code. But where you do not put a dress code, where you sell out your ashwebi, no dress code. Okay,
so when they send out the ashwebi, you can wear whatever you like.
If you like, dress naked. The bride and the groom cannot hold you.
Can she wear that to church?
I would not want her. That's a topic entirely.
Oh, that's a different topic.
Exactly. I would not.
But
if I see that in church.
Okay, but you know that, sorry to cut you, but you know that event was probably, if it was a reception, they went to church, right? and now they're coming from church. So
she does not look like someone that went to church.
Come on.
No, really, she doesn't look like someone that would go to the
Mm.
church program with that.
Okay.
Because if it's a church that is, okay, there's church and there's church. If,
Okay.
as we say, church.
So
Yes. If it's a church that is strict, they would give her a scarf.
Good afternoon. My name is Bimbo.
Hello, good afternoon, Bimbo. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ikeja.
Okay, interesting. Any comments or questions for our guest or myself?
Yeah, I just really don't want to agree with what has been said so far.
Okay.
I think most of the time, the way you're dressed is the way you're going to be addressed.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to talk to everybody.
Yep.
As in, if for instance, I see you, I judge you by the way you appear.
Okay.
I don't judge you by the, okay, I want to get to know you, then I know that you, okay, this is not the kind of person you are.
Okay.
But if there's something called decency,
Okay.
and there's something called indecency.
Okay.
I think, I know there's a fine line between those two.
Okay.
But I think, so we say, especially what we see on social media these days, it is just plain indecency. It's not what you're comfortable in.
Okay.
Some of them just come there and just, expose it intentionally. And some of them even tag you in those pictures.
Okay.
And I say, okay, so I think we should just speak the truth and let's know what is black and what is white. Indecency is indecency. Decency is decency.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Definitely, I've had so much fun just talking about this topic, nudity rates on social media, and of course we've heard the perspective about this in life. This has been Offscript. Please follow us on all our social media platforms. I love to say, as I round up the show, please, be careful as to the things you put out there. I look forward to a day when the power of love will surely supersede the love for power. I love you. Yes, you. Share the love and just make the world a better place. Bye-bye.